Hello, my friends, and welcome to Pro Wrestling Daily. My name is Aaron Machbitz, and these are my just instant reactions to WrestleMania 41, Night 1 and Night 2. I will do a deeper dive into matches and storylines in the coming days and the coming weeks, and what that means coming up next for all the superstars involved in WWE, and what matches and stories were really good, what got advanced, what didn't get advanced, what we can look forward to in the future. But for now, here is just instant reactions from WrestleMania 41 and the whole weekend overall. Really, I think it's important to note that we look forward to something so much, years and months or weeks or whatever we do to look forward to something that we really, really enjoy, and then boom, it's gone in an instant. I mean, I can relate this recently to my wedding, which happened in September of 2024, and my wife and I spent like 15 months planning this thing, and then in an instant, it's gone. Yes, it was the greatest 4 or 5 days of my life, and everyone I loved was there, but it's gone in an instant. And so how do we just treasure the moments while the moments are happening? How do we be in the present moment more often, especially when we're looking forward to something for a year or a month or weeks in advance, and then we feel like it's gone in an instant? So, I don't have any answers for that. That's sort of a lifelong thing that we're all going to deal with. But how can we be more present in the moment when we're actually involved in the thing that we love to do or love to watch? And so I say that about anything that you really, really love, especially this pro wrestling thing, because it always seems like it's on to the next event, next match, next story, when we can just be totally entrenched in this thing now. And so I say relive your favorite moments from WrestleMania 41 or any WrestleMania, and just feel yourself go back to that moment and be there, be with your friends, be with a thing that you love. That's super powerful, because life just continues to move, and we keep moving along, and we forget to be in the moment when we're in something that we really, really love. And so I say that about WrestleMania 41 or any sort of weekend or event you have that you're really looking forward to. And that's really important. I think also WrestleMania 41 or WrestleMania weekend in general is super, super important for independent guys and gals who are trying to get their name out there and do all the sorts of things that grind and hours and car rides and travel and all these sorts of things just to have these special, special moments during WrestleMania weekend. And I think wrestling fans should appreciate that as well. Even if you're just a WWE person, know that they're future stars that you're going to watch at WrestleMania, main eventing these type of shows that are on these shows, grinding out, doing 8 shows in 3 days, not sleeping, having these amazing moments in these 3 or 4 days where they're just grinding it out. And that's a really important part of WrestleMania weekend. And then we get on to actually WrestleMania 41, and my instant reaction to that is that we saw 2 of the greatest triple threat matches in the history of WWE. Not just at WrestleMania, but in the history of WWE. In my opinion, Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins versus CM Punk was the greatest triple threat match in the history of the company. Yes, in the history of the company. And that is a lot, because there's been a lot of really good triple threat matches. I mean, we saw a triple threat match literally the morning before, or a few hours before WrestleMania 41 Night 1 and the NXT Stand and Deliver triple threat main event. That was freaking awesome. But CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns are absolute professionals, and their timing, their pacing, their energy, their intensity, the finish with Paul Heyman, Seth Rollins being on top, CM Punk getting to main event, finally his WrestleMania, Roman Reigns being the absolute man and ticket mover that he is. Like, that was the greatest triple threat match in the history of the company. And then the next night, to open the show, you have the best women's match that may have ever happened in the history of WWE. Rhea, Bianca, Io Sky delivering an absolute masterpiece triple threat match. I mean, you have 3 triple threat matches during the week at NXT Stand and Deliver, Night 1 and Night 2, that were absolutely incredible. I think that women's match was one of the best, if not the best, of all time. Those are my instant reactions in terms of matches that absolutely blew me away. And I think we expected that going in, but I also said, don't sleep. Don't sleep on Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest. And what do you know? They absolutely delivered. They absolutely delivered. Now I'm going to go deeper dive into some of these matches about what they mean and the storylines that could come out of that and what that means for the superstars involved. But those are my sort of 3 matches that really, really stood out for me as excellent professional wrestling matches. I think we expected that, but I don't think we expected them to be that good and sort of carry the show on each night. The main event absolutely absolutely carried night one. And I think the triple threat and that match were the matches of the night from night two. And then we get to the main event, which a lot of people are saying was a bit lackluster. I'm sort of upset that The Rock was not involved. It's super weird to have one of the greatest moments in the history of WWE at Elimination Chamber and steal John Cena's soul and turn him heel and then not ever show up again. Maybe there's a plan. Maybe I just don't understand the plan and can't see the vision or the future, but I just don't understand that sort of booking or logic when it comes to The Rock being involved in that moment and then sort of disappearing. The match itself was okay. Everyone sort of knew John Cena was going to win. He wins in sort of the, perfect sort of heel fashion, but it seemed lackluster. It wasn't as good as the main event from night one, and just The Rock not being there was very weird, but all in all, like, John Cena has won his 17th world title. That's very cool, considering John Cena is my GOAT. He's the greatest of all time for me, and now he's surpassed Ric Flair as most championships held ever. That's incredible. We have that for John Cena moving forward. What's going to happen? Is Cody Rhodes going to get his revenge? Who's going to help Cody Rhodes? Are we ever going to see The Rock? Like, what's Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman plan? Are they going to be involved in the title picture? Are we going to see CM Punk and Roman Reigns potentially team up to try to take down Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman? What does John Cena do as champion? He's going to be on Monday Night Raw post WrestleMania, speaking to the people about what might happen. Who's is going to be his next challenger at Backlash? Are we going to see Randy Orton there? There's a lot of unanswered questions, but I think people expected something different potentially from how the match might have been structured, but still we got to see at WrestleMania 41, the last WrestleMania we'll see John Cena at. We saw him win his 17th world title as a heel. I think that's really cool that we got to see that, and who knows what's going to happen in the future for the rest of his farewell tour, but we have that moving forward. And the biggest question is, where's The Rock and how will Cody Rhodes respond? So those are just my instant reactions to WrestleMania 41. Again, I'll do some deeper dives into certain matches and storylines as we move forward into the rest of WWE's season. But thank you for tuning in. Please comment down below what you think and your initial and instant reactions are of WrestleMania. And then please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with every single professional wrestling fan you know on the planet as we grow together. So I thank you, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.